Hello lovely people and welcome back to my channel. It is such a lovely day today. Let's make the best of it by starting our painting. So first of all, I'm starting off with my sky. I have mixed in a little bit of titanium white ultramarine blue to get a darker shade, and now I have moved on to the water. Right now I am going in with my road. I have mixed in Van Dyke brown, ultramarine blue, and a little bit of titanium white to create this really dark-ish bluish gray shade. And then on top half of the road, I'm going in with lighter gray, just to show the transition from something that goes from closer to further. The closer part is always going to be darker. After the road, I am going to just fill in the colors on all the blank spaces before I add details. So I'm using a little bit of Van Dyke brown and a little bit of yellow ochre to create my, just under the sides of the road. And I'm also going to add on a bit of sap green. So I'm kind of trying to give this, how we go on a hilly road, it's got so many curves and bends and so many mountains and green pastures. So I'm just trying to create that illusion by using a mix of yellow ochre and Van Dyke brown. Now really it's up to you how you choose it. I'm going in with more of Van Dyke brown because I thought that's the look I want for my painting. Now I'm just adding in sap green because I want to make sure there's a little bit of greenery in my pathway, and again adding sap green in some of the gaps before I go back to yellow ochre and fill in the remaining gaps of this canvas. Here I am adding a bit more sap green, and now I'm probably going to move on to yellow ochre, fill in the remaining gaps before I get to adding details. You can see there's a gap in our painting. That's where our mountains are going to come. So I'm taking in Van Dyke brown and ultramarine blue mixed in very, very tiny drop of titanium white for this very dark shade of gray. And I'm going to just fill in these block them with the same color before I go in and add snow effect. And for those who follow my channel, snow is the most satisfying part of art for me. Okay, so now most of the areas have been blocked in. It's time to go into adding a little bit of detail at a time. So I'm starting off with the greener part, and I'm adding little bit of sap green again to just make the color a bit more standing out. And now I'm going in with cadmium yellow and trying to add some variety to my greener parts. Here I mixed in yellow ochre with a little bit of white, but I thought it got a little bit too light for my liking, so I'm adding on cadmium yellow at certain points to just make it slightly more darker than how light it turned out. I also decided to add a little bit of red, but I think by the time the painting is going to end, I am going to go over it because I thought it was just a bit too much for me. So here I am going in with Van Dyke brown before I move on to my mountains and the snow. Let's dress them up. So again, be very, very light with your hand. That's the trick in painting a realistic snow mountain. Again, I am just going in with the snow, and then I'm going to mix in a little bit of ultramarine blue with my titanium white to create the shadow. The moment we add shadow to these mountains, they are going to be so much more real than they are right now. So here you see I'm adding the shadow effect, and you already see these mountains are about to pop out of the canvas like they're actually so real. So you can already see how amazing these mountains look, and I am in love with them. Right, now let's add a little bit of movement to our water. It's a bit too still for my liking. I'm adding on a little bit of ultramarine blue at places and a little bit of titanium white. Just try and, create a bit of movement in the water. It's nothing major, just tiny little bit. I don't want, waves or anything, but just darker and in some areas and lighter in others. And now let's draw these road markings so everyone knows how to stay on their side. Now I'm just going to give this painting a little bit of final touches and just add a little bit of Van Dyke brown, yellow ochre, just going over some areas to give this more illusion of realism. I really hope you have grabbed some color and you're painting along with me, and I look forward to seeing it. Well, until next time, please keep smiling.